Hey everybody, welcome back and thank you for tuning in. I'm going to bring you a quick update today on my Pac-Man frog. So, as you guys know, I was having a major issue with humid substrate and fungus gnats. Now, if any of you have had this issue, you will know that fungus gnats are a major pest, not only to any moist substrate enclosures, but also to your house plants and any other plants that you might have. These things like to go and lay their eggs in moist substrate, be it potting soil or eco-earth, and they lay tons and tons of tiny little eggs that hatch maggots that are way smaller than a grain of rice. Now what these things do is voraciously attack root systems and destroy plants. But what they also do, and that I found to my cane toad's dismay and utter demise, is that they will also attack your amphibians. And unfortunately I wasn't able to save him in time, but I was able to ensure that my Pac-Man was not infested by any of these larvae. And what I have done here now, as you can see, is he is living in pretty much an aquatic setup right now. Now, I know what you guys are thinking, and yes, this is not the way that traditionally they are supposed to be kept. But, in defense, I have been looking for an alternative method. The only methods I could find that I could understand, at least, in English, was videos by a gentleman named Michael Zahn. It's Michael Z-A-H-N. Z-A-H-N. Yeah. So, Michael Zahn had some really cool setups that were completely aquatic for his Pac-Man. And they were incredibly healthy. If you look at the videos, they're awesome animals. Now, my Pac-Man is really healthy too, as you can see. He just likes to have his foot up on top of the plant for some reason. If he could, he would actually throw it all completely out of his way. But I found the idea of putting him on, as you see down there, it's a filter media sponge. Now that's a nitrate absorber. There's also the white ammonia absorbers, which would probably be more beneficial. This was just the only thing that my local pet store had, and I have seen these used in the videos before. The videos I speak of are, and I do believe, now, if I am wrong, forgive me, but I do believe it is the Japanese videos. They're completely in Japanese, and the writing is also in Japanese. So I don't know what in the heck they're saying or what the titles are. There's no translation or any of that. So, what I've seen though in those videos is that they do this very same method. They don't use a wet substrate, they use water and a filter media sponge. Now, most of them do use the white ammonia absorber ones. Like I said, some of them use this one as well. Maybe they go back and forth, I'm not too sure. Maybe it's based on availability, what they have at their store at the time. But they do this, and their frogs are incredibly healthy as well. They have all kinds of them too, not just Pac-Man, but they have those little rain toads or whatever. They have the Amazon leaf frogs. They have all kinds of these little frogs that are very similar to this guy in body frame and all that, and how they eat. And all of them are burrowing type amphibians, and yet all of them are doing incredibly well. So if you look at those videos and look at the health and how those animals are doing, that's how I based this setup on. So I know it's not ideal, but it is working for him. He is still healthy. He's nowhere near as stressed as he was in any other type of aquatic situation. And like I said, they're not aquatic frogs, so this is not what you want to do. If you can have the eco-earth and the Betta Beast without any kind of ill effects to your animal, then I, by all means, definitely say go for it. If you know anything about fungus gnats, you will know that I have tried, and you will know if you've dealt with it. I have tried every measure imaginable, and it does not work to fight them off. So, in my frog's best interest, and in my defense, this is actually a very good setup that really works. But like I said, guys, please try to exhaust everything else that you can before you attempt to put your animals in a setup that is really not intended for them. It's just because I've had this guy for several years and I'm really attached to him, so I don't want to really let him go. And that's why I am doing this setup. But as you can see, he's really not ill affected, and as he moves around, he's perfectly healthy. He still eats voraciously, and he doesn't seem to be too stressed. So when he's stressed, he usually turns completely yellow with a lot of red veinage, and then that's when I know he's not doing too well, because he'll also throw himself off of his 2 front feet and lay on the floor like he's dying. So I know when my guy gets stressed, and he has not been stressed in this since I did this whole pad setup, and I do have a little layer of river stones on the bottom just to give more water volume. And with this, you don't really have to change his water daily like I was doing, and I was actually doing it twice a day, which is really taxing. But with this, you can do it every couple days, which is really awesome. So I leave you guys with this. Go ahead and find those videos on YouTube if you can, just so you can see what I'm talking about. I wish I could direct you what to search, but I simply put in Pac-Man Frog, started browsing, and somehow ended up on those. So yeah, guys, check them out and see what you think of them, and I'll keep you posted on this guy. Thank you so much. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I will see you soon.